Hello and welcome back once again to Super Metroid Cliffhanger. Last video we were going out around behind them, or over top the wrecked ship, and got to this strange area. And this is actually right down in here. I did not actually collect this the first time I played this hack. It's the Spazer beam. I did not know it was here and I missed it completely. He seems to do that with Spazer beam in his hacks, both Cliffhanger here and Eris. Where Spazers, you can get it, but it's kind of hidden out of the way, and you may miss it, but I don't mind that so much. But right here, this is the coolest thing in the hack. It's like this doorway, it's a portal to another world or something. That is the coolest thing in this hack. Period. And now that we're back here, you'll remember this thing. This is how you get to the other side of here. This lets you get back through here. And be careful in this room, because the floor in between this thing is spikes. And you have a missile hiding up here. It took me a while to find this the first time, so that was... When I first went in this room, I had no idea where the missile was. So I was beginning to think the room was there for nothing. But I guess that's why we have power bombs. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. But now that we've got these items with the power bombs and stuff, we can go back and not fail at wall jumping. This has not been my best day for wall jumping or doing anything else really. Failing at doing the morph off the wall into a tunnel thing. This just has not been as good a day as it could have been. But it will. May as well take advantage of the lone save and the hack. Especially since it refills everything for you. Yes, he's completed. Good, good. And what we are going to do now is fail him off falling. And we'll head down to Brinstar. We're going to go back to where the Noob Tube is. I was wanting to call it the Maridia Tube, but I knew that was wrong. So we're going to go back there. As with power bombs, we can destroy it. And that is where we need to go, because our next major upgrade is there. Which, after that, after you collect the spring ball, which is the next upgrade we're getting, there is yet another heat run to do. So there's at least 3. I think that's the last one, though. I made it 4 because I wound up wanting to get that missile, I guess. Navigate through this. No. Ouch. Let's not die yet. You give me a little health. Actually, I need to go up. That's useful to know. Get out of here, you stupid little bug. I knew there was one in there. That's hopefully I can get on this bug. Or not. And it doesn't respond. Oh, great. Oh, I can get to it from here. What am I doing? Got this here, so... This bug may be the one I'm thinking of. Okay, good. This room is... It's hard to get back up to this top door without gravity suit, but it is possible. And... yeah, I think this is just about the only way back to here anyway, so... You kind of have to go to that top door. Oh, well, that was a big success. And again, may as well refill while there's a bunch of bugs that's laying about willing to drop energy. Eventually, we'll get to a point where rooms won't be so difficult to travel through, but by that point we'll pretty much be headed right to the end, so... At some point, it's nice when you have something that allows you to just go through rooms easier, or an ability to skip a bunch of difficult rooms. So it was recently, or I saw recently suggested that you could use an elevator to bypass a bunch of puzzle rooms in a row, so once they do that, they don't have to keep going back through over and over again. Because that gets a little tedious. Okay, now this Noob Tube. You let your power bomb. Get ready to... Let me put it over here. If you don't press anything, the tube won't break. As soon as you press the button, it will. So jump as soon as you do. As soon as the power bomb's gone off. I did not want to waste one. That will give you a gravity jump, which will let you get up here. Which is very important, because otherwise you're not getting up here until you have gravity suit. And there's another energy tank. So again, for heat runs, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And for this hack in general, energy tanks are very, very, very nice. And this door takes us to the Cliffhanger equivalent of Maridia. Now, I may have mentioned this already, but he kind of was so focused on building other areas and making them bigger that he kind of neglected Maridia. So Maridia is actually very, very small compared to a lot of the other areas. And I flubbed that up. Oh, I have to do it from up here, don't I? Yeah, that worked better. So yeah, if you go over here, you'll see it's just blocked off. The gate down there is wave beam only, so you can kind of see it's surrounded by solid tiles. There's no way you're getting through that one, so you have to get wave beam eventually and not get stuck. This time, you just have to time this right so you're going more horizontal than That way you'll fly over here and be underneath the little pipe there. And here we have Botwoon, who is very, very deadly without any suits. So I would suggest taking him out as quick as you possibly can with taking as much health off as you can with supers. Oh, come on. I'll keep one super on me. I'm surprised he hasn't really hurt me that much. Normally I'm losing like a ton of energy. It seems to me that Botwoon is not very good at hitting on the very left side of a room. And that's it. Because a lot of people struggle with him and Eris. But hanging out on the left side of the room for me seemed to work pretty well. I only got hit like once or twice. So, I don't know. Speaking of Eris, there's, if you check the poll out on the Facebook page, that there's a new Eris, and I will be redoing that. I guess I've heard some very good things about it, and obviously my brother DSO had done some work on it too, so. Okay, this effect, where the water appears and then disappears, it's actually a very simple effect to get. It's not that difficult. Right here's Spring Ball. But basically, if you notice, there's some rooms that have tides where the water will raise and lower a little bit. Basically, there's a high and a low tide you can set to make it go up and down, shorter, or higher, whatever, obviously. And if I can... That was a terrible time. But if you set the water near the top of the room and have the tide, as soon as the water goes past the top of the room, the water will disappear until it falls back down into the room, which will then cover the whole room in water, which is a bit silly, but that's how it works. And that was... So yeah, with this you can actually do... If you time your jumps right, you could do gravity jump, obviously like in the last room, to get a higher jump. Or like that. Oh, wait, I want that super. Okay, and here we go. You need Spring Ball to get out of here so you can't accidentally skip it. I guess that's interesting. No, I guess I actually have to be up here. Using those claws as a method of travel is not my personal favorite. It works, but it's very, very odd. In this room, you may as well refill in. Because you'll be getting stuck like this. Just waiting and waiting and waiting to get over. I'm actually holding the jump button down. I don't know if you can tell that in the video. But I'm actually kind of bouncing up to the top. But the sandfall plus underwater without gravity is does not make for a very fast room. That's good enough. That is actually all we really need from here right now, I believe. I don't remember if I can get this item or not. Oh, this is a... Oh, yeah. Not getting that. There. There's more to do back here, but we can't do it till we have Wave Beam there. Otherwise, I probably would go ahead and grab some stuff, but we don't have it, so... With Spring Ball, however, instead of doing the next heat run right away, there's an optional item that I really want to grab. It's been in that one room I've been talking about. That's in, I think it's Julebrin? Julebrin. Something like that. It's getting harder to remember area names for different places when they get changed a lot. Like I have my own for Fear. There's different ones here in Cliffhanger. Then there's obviously the original. There's different ones in Oxide. Of course, Oxide was just silly, but it was a good hack. Do this again, and oh my goodness. I was just waiting for the crab, that's all. There we go, finally. And just going back through this room again. So actually, I think this will do it for part 7. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you for part 8.